Slay the Spire is a deck-building roguelike. I mentioned it before in my CCG video, but it is so good it is worth discussing on its own. The unique and clean art style and UI makes it easy to jump into the Spire and climb through the floors to victory. Slay the Spire has a large overworld map, and you have some flexibility to choose your path. At the beginning of each floor of the Spire, the map is randomized, and you can take a moment to analyze and plan your route. On your journey, you will face many types of encounters, including combat, mini-bosses, shops, and relics. There are also mystery locations with a variety of possible outcomes. You can decide on taking the path of least resistance, try to find a shop, or run through all the mini-bosses to maximize risk and reward. Slay the Spire's combat is turn-based, and you are able to see what action your enemy will take. This allows you to block when you will be attacked and strike when the time is right. Just like planning your route through the map, properly analyzing combat is satisfying and, most importantly, fun. You have the option to add cards to your deck at the end of every combat and can collect potions and relics in order to become stronger and combat the Spire's many challenges. Slay the Spire has 4 unique characters to be unlocked. First, the Ironclad, an all-around fighter with the ability to heal after each combat. The starting deck mostly revolves around applying debuffs to make your enemy vulnerable, and then defeating them with powerful strikes. I see why this is the first class made available by the game, as it helps you get a feel for combat mechanics. Second, the Silent, a deadly assassin. You apply lingering poison and have increased card draw. I found this class to be the easiest one to complete the dungeon with. Third, the Defect, a robot whose class revolves around cycling different elements. This class is especially fun because of its design and the polish of the animations and UI. The final class is the Watcher, a monk that changes stances to switch between offense and defense. This class is a flexible glass cannon that can easily slay the Spire under the right circumstances. As you fail or complete runs, you gain experience, which unlocks tiers of each class, increasing their power and adding new cards to the pool. Each of these classes is viable, and with a little luck, you can easily sweep through the floors. Slay the Spire even has a hidden additional challenge. After beating the game with the first 3 characters, the 4th floor can be accessed on future runs. You have to meet a series of requirements during your run to get a key to the hidden floor. This gives you something to strive for after you've beaten the game. The 4th floor and the Watcher character were added by the developers in an update patch. It's nice to see them continue to work on new mechanics and update the game beyond bug fixes and other quality of life updates. Slay the Spire also has a daily climb mode, a unique challenge that cycles every day to stay fresh. There is also an Ascension mode, which will increase the Spire's difficulty after each victory. These new Game Plus elements are welcome additions which, along with the numerous classes, really extend the game's replayability. Slay the Spire is one of the best games I've played in the last few years, and I really recommend picking it up. The slight differences between the classes and the randomized map layout allow for a different experience each time. The combat and deck building mechanics are intuitive, satisfying, and easy to pick up. The art style is unique and works well to support the game both in and out of combat. I think Slay the Spire is a good example of a roguelike game and the kind of strategies it can use to keep you playing and to keep your experience changing over numerous, perhaps hundreds of runs. The creativity in items, encounters, and enemies really show the thoughtfulness of the developers and are one of the game's real strengths. If you get a chance to play Slay the Spire, I know that you won't be disappointed. Thank you for listening, and happy playing.